Hi guys, Typical Wrestling here, and we have another episode of Friday Night Smackdown. I'm sorry. My brain just fried for a second there. It's late at night, I'm tired, so the Smackdown isn't been the best. Also, just been in school, just started last year of college, so I've had a busy schedule this week, so trying to get some TEW in there. But yeah, no, we have Sting. He opens SmackDown this episode talking about his current situation in the WWE. He says that at WrestleMania 29, he accomplished one of the last dreams he ever had in this business. He competed and won at the grandest stage of them all. He talks about his time in WCW, the independent scene, and now WWE. Sting says after all this time, there really isn't a lot for Sting to do. Nothing left to prove. No one left to fight. He came in at the Royal Rumble, and the next thing he did was beat the champ on his own turf. Sting doesn't really know why John Cena has become the way he is. He doesn't completely understand it, but all he knows is that good people, and some bad ones like Vince McMahon, never seen eye to eye, are getting hurt, and the franchise of WCW has had enough. He's seen this before, things like the NWO, the Wolfpack, all that. Sting's seen it all, and he's done it all. If John Cena wants a fight, he's got to fight, and it's a fight he's already lost once before. Sting concludes by saying that he has a main event tune-up match against Sheamus, and that if he's watching, John Cena better take notes. He doesn't take good ones last time. So Sting hyping up his match. He's got a main event against Sheamus, Mr. Money in the Bank, as well as officially challenging John Cena, presumably at Hell in a Cell, for the World Heavyweight Championship. And we have an 81B, and we have a Hell in the Cell qualifying match in which Zack Ryder mows down Jack Swagger in about 18:32 with a Zack attack. Zack Ryder punches his ticket into Hell in a Cell for the Armageddon #1 Contenders match. So good on Zack Ryder. He's got a gimmick that's stale. Let me write that down. So Alex Riley. I don't know. I just butchered Zack Ryder's name, even though it says that. But yeah. And we also have, he's supposed to be off screen, Ted DiBiase. If I do that one more time, I'm going to slap myself right in the face. Dolph Ziggler, Ted DiBiase is obviously looking disappointed because he did not pick up the win in his qualifying match. But Dolph says, dude, look, even if, well, it goes, when I qualify, even if I do make it out of that match alive, it's going to be a tough one. We're still going to be friends. We're still going to be partners. We didn't start this relationship up just for it to end on such a sour note. And I know, Alberto, he screwed you, and you would have had that match in the bank, but, think of that as a positive thing. Alberto Del Rio had to beat you. He had to cheat to beat you, a former World Heavyweight Champion. Ted's like, it kind of helps, but not really. He goes, well, you know what, Ted? You relax, you take the rest of the night off. I'm going to go deal with Lord Tensai, and I'm going to punch my way for perfect fortune to represent at the Armageddon Hell in a Cell match. And then we have Minoru Suzuki is scheduled to match against Ryback, the former Intercontinental Champion, and Suzuki comes out. He marches down to the ring, as he usually does the last couple weeks, but right behind him stands everyone involved in the saving of Sin Cara last week, including him. If you didn't watch last week's episode, Minoru Suzuki and a bunch of other people came out to save Sin Cara. So, it looks like, everyone's there. I was confused for a second. Hold on, my ears itch. So, and the name Suzuki Gun is revealed on the Titantron. So Suzuki Gun has made its official WWE debut, including such prestigious members as Minoru Suzuki, obviously, Trent Beretta, Roderick Strong, Sin Cara, and Justin Gabriel. A pretty good, healthy lineup of wrestlers, if I do say so myself. I do like to imagine a world where Sin Cara is in Suzuki Gun in real life. But, Minoru Suzuki probably, I mean, who else was he really going to pick, like the Great Khali? That I considered that. I actually, honest to God, considered putting the Great Khali in Suzuki Gun. But with Oz running around, I think there's already enough funny shit as it is. And in 81B, Minoru Suzuki takes down Ryback by submission with a sleeper hold after distraction via Colt Cabana. So obviously the rest of Suzuki Gun backstage, kind of making their presence, kind of blocking everyone, making their, Mark Henry probably wanted to run down at some point, but he's unable to due to the large numbers game. And Colt Cabana eventually, he probably appears like on the Titantron something, doing some kind of thing, mocking Ryback, trying to piss Ryback off. Ryback, an easily pissed off person, takes offense to it. Minoru Suzuki locking in a sleeper hold, and he beats Ryback because fuck Ryback. That is the main moral of the whole series, is fuck Ryback. And we see backstage watching from the backstage, as he usually does, Mark Henry, and he looks at the camera and he talks about Minoru Suzuki. He says he knows how much of a threat Minoru Suzuki is, but he didn't realize how much of a threat he himself was. If a legend like Minoru Suzuki had to get a bunch of people to hide behind in order to stay safe from Mark Henry. He tells Minoru Suzuki that he should have stayed out of his business, but now the Hall of Pain is looking to add a legendary MMA to its membership. So it looks like Mark Henry is going to go after Suzuki Gun. Of all the people to go after, Mark Henry seems like a safe bet. If it was anyone else, again, I don't think the Great Khali could solo, do a gauntlet match against Suzuki Gun. But, what we'll have to see how that goes off. And then in another Hell in a Cell qualifying match, Dolph Ziggler manages to defeat Lord Tensai in 1805. Alberto Del Rio has probably heard some shenanigans going on, though, as he comes out ringside trying to distract Ziggler. But Ziggler, still, he makes the win anyway, so he punches his ticket. Now we officially have, we have, oh my god, why can I not speak right now? We have Dolph Ziggler, Alberto Del Rio, and Zack Ryder on their way to the oh my god, I really need to go to bed, guys. I'm so tired, and now I'm just botching this episode up. He gets in the match. So we go to Trish Stratus, and she talks about, we take a look back at the various incidents that we had on SmackDown with the Coven and Velvet and Katie Lee. She talks about how, that they're currently in recovery right now, but Velvet has demanded a match against the leader of the Coven, Astrid Dunla, for SmackDown, and she doesn't make that official that next week she should be cleared, so that match will be going down. She also talks about how she will have an announcement next week for SmackDown for the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. Have some women on there, since King of the Ring gets the Divas title match. There's an important announcement to be made, so we'll have to see what that is later on. And then we have Sheamus. He's getting ready for his main event against Sting, the Icon, when Samoa Joe bursts into the locker room. Goldust is meant to be on screen. He's literally just inside watching this happen, intrigued. Samoa Joe, talks about, when he first came to WWE, he heard, the big men, the kind of scary guys. Sheamus was on top of the list. And, Samoa Joe has done battle with Sheamus at least once at this point, so he can prove to that. But he never thought a guy like him would be scared of Oz. And Sheamus just slams the Money in the Bank briefcase down, and just like, I'm not scared of Oz. Oz is a punk. Kevin Nash is a punk. If he thinks I'm scared, he's dead wrong. And then the lights flicker, and Sheamus yelps a little bit. Samoa Joe's just like, dude, you really need to grow up. And he walks away. Goldust, again, just looks intrigued as Sheamus is pissed off, and he walks to the back ready for his match against Sting. And in a 91A, Sheamus does defeat Sting, actually, despite the usual Oz shenanigans. John Cena made interference, and it was enough to get the bro kick landed on Sting for the 91A. Sting 77, Sheamus 92. Sheamus put in good work. And, pretty good main event to kind of end SmackDown. The match has kind of been but I kind of booked them that way. So no one to really blame myself. Before we go, we have the end segment in which John Cena meets eye to eye with Sting as he's recovered, a look of hate in his eyes. Sting, while bruised and definitely worse for wear following that match, bat in hand, he pointed directly at John Cena's World Heavyweight Championship. John Cena slowly nods before leaving the ring. Hell in a Cell's title match is made official. So it's officially going to be the World Heavyweight Champion John Cena taking on Sting, a rematch from WrestleMania 29 in which John Cena actually lost Is Sting the only person that can beat John Cena? We'll have to see. We'll end the show there with an 87B. Not enough attractive women, so that's kind of my fault. Again, kind of late, kind of tired. Booked this kind of lackadaisically. So not the best episode of SmackDown, but there's been worse. I do want to say though, before I use the usual closing segments, is that Superstars is officially on the WWE Network. I'm not going to record any of it, but it's officially a B show, and oh my god, there's so much talent I have that are finally getting just chances to improve and pop in just performance. It's just, oh my god, it's great. It actually genuinely makes me happy that's the reason, because before it was killing me that I had to just book Superstars like an A show or lose pop and importance. But besides that, yeah, that's pretty much it for this episode of SmackDown. I will see you guys with the next Monday Night Raw.